Going solo in Escape from Tarkov is no joke. No backup, no callouts, just you, your gear, and chaos. But with the right mindset and tactics, you can thrive alone. Here are 7 key tips every solo player needs to know. And with that intro out of the way, let's get straight to the point. Tip 1. Stay quiet to stay alive. Sound is absolutely everything in Escape from Tarkov. Think about it, if you can hear an enemy before they know you're even there, you have the advantage, because you get the drop on them. Now, and that works the opposite way around as well. If they know you're there and you've got no clue, realistically, what are your chances of being able to kill them? Now, there's a few ways that we can use sound to our advantage, and let's jump to that now. And one of the first ways that we can use sound to our advantage is don't sprint everywhere. Now, fair enough, if you're crossing a map, running through low populated areas, then yeah, sprint, it gets you there quicker. But if you're going to high contested areas, like let's say for example dorms and customs. Now if you're sprinting about in dorms, people are going to hear you from outside the building and any other floor in there, and they will be able to get the drop on you, as they'll just basically sit and wait for you to walk into their crosshairs. And a way to get around that is when you're clearing dorms, for example, again, take your time, walk, use the movement adjustment so that you're going a bit slower, which is used with the scroll wheel, because the slower you move, the quieter your footsteps are. And again, this also links to crouch as well. Take time to crouch, sit still and listen, because if you can hear them before they hear you, that is a massive game changer in split-second fights and decision making. If you're sitting still, then let the other players make the noise so that you can track them instead of it being the other way around. It's so much easier to kill someone when you know exactly where they are and they've got no clue where you are. They might not even know you're there. You catch them off guard and win the fight. Tip number 2 is to third party when you can. Never just rush blindly into an area, especially if there's gunshots and grenades going off, because the chances are it's players fighting, and there's no better way to fight players than when their attention is on something else, or even when they think they've killed all the enemies and then they go to loot, you get a free kill as they let their guard down. Listen for active battles and let them wear each other down before you go in, and just clean up when they're wounded, healing, or looting. Like I said, it just makes it so much easier to get kills and to get the loot. Tip 3 is that map knowledge is key. If you know where you've spawned and where other players will spawn, and you can quickly move to an advantageous point, that could be a game changer in a fight. Know extracts, hotspots and loot paths, and it helps you plan out what you're going to do in that raid, because let's face it, you might get a spawn that you didn't want, and now you can't go in for your task or go and loot that high value area. So if you know where other players are going to be, you might be able to steal the loot from them. Now there's some pretty amazing tools out there to help you learn maps, such as a website called MapGenie, which is free for most maps, and it gives you everything you need to know about the map. But also, one that I don't see a lot of people using at all is the offline raid mechanic in Tarkov itself, and that just allows you to go into the raid without any enemies, without any scabs, any other players. You just run about the map, learn the spots, learn the routes, and also just learn the extracts, because after all, if you do loot something that's valuable, if you don't get out, it's worthless. Especially if you need it for a hideout upgrade or a task. The better you know the map you're playing, the less you rely on luck. Tip 4 is to abuse the insurance system. Now, let me explain that a bit better, because obviously if you insure your gear, you've got a chance of getting it back. But if you're going into a high PvP map, insure your gear wisely, especially when going solo, because if you're going in a duo and you die but they survive, they could always hide your gear so you get it back. But when you're solo, you don't have that option. So if you're going in with really good armour, a really good gun, and you think that another player is most likely going to keep it, don't spend the money to insure it. Because after all, you're probably not going to get it back. Save that money. That could go towards buying you another kit. A cheap insurance strategy can and save your wallet in the long run, because every 20k that you save adds up, and after 5 raids, that's you got 100k. That's basically a brand new kit. Tip number 5 is a really important one that a lot of people just ignore, and that is to stop being greedy and know when to extract. Is the risk to reward worth it, especially if you're solo? Say you've got a task item that you've been looking for absolute ages, or that last hideout upgrade you need to get the Bitcoin farm or something like that, right? Is it worth you pushing another fight to maybe get a tiny bit more loot that you can't even fit in your backpack? Or are you better off just calling it quits, running an extract, and then reloading in? Extracting with an almost full backpack is always better than dying full, because you don't get anything out of it. So what's the point? Weigh your risk to reward and help that to inform your decision making within the raid. And it should hopefully help your survival rate increase. Now for tip 7 is to always have an escape plan, and this works quite well with the map knowledge tip as well, because you should always know your closest extract, just in case things go wrong. Like maybe your stomach gets blacked out and you've not got a surgery kit left to help bring it back, and you need to get out before you die of exhaustion and dehydration. Also, always have an escape plan works when you're entering a building or a hotspot. If you know a quick way of getting out, maybe it's busier than you thought, maybe there's 2 teams that have started fighting and you're just not up for the fight, know your quickest way out and just get out of there before they end up catching you in the crossfire. A solo survives not by kills, but by smart exits and smart choices. Know your way out of a situation and it will save your life. And there we go, that was 7 quick tips on how to be a better solo player and escape from Tarkov. Thank you all for watching, I hope to see you again, and please enjoy the rest of your day.